Welcome to Eye on Sci-Fi podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 202 of Eye on Sci-Fi podcast, the podcast where we share with you terrific indie, science fiction and fantasy, short films, web series, and other closely related media. We also, on occasion, have conversations with the talented creators who are producing outstanding indie speculative work. Thank you for joining me. One medium that I really miss covering on Eye on Sci-Fi podcast is the fantasy and science fiction web series. Now, for various reasons, there aren't that many independent sci-fi and fantasy web series that are being produced. I started the seventhmatrix.com, the sister and home website of this podcast, in 2013 because I wanted to share all of the terrific web series that I was encountering back then. But in the years since, there are not that many being produced, and I can only guess as to the reasons. But namely, of course, is that an independent production is very expensive to produce and also to market. And the very fact that we have independently produced science fiction and fantasy short films and web series at all is a testament to the perseverance and the resourcefulness of the independent filmmakers and their production teams. But of course, since 2013, there's so many changes that have happened in terms of the economy and also the global pandemic. And I believe that kind of put a dampener on the production of fantasy and sci-fi web series. There are still some that are being produced, but not as many as there were before, I would say, 2019. So it was a very pleasant surprise when several days ago I was contacted by the producers of a remarkable fantasy web series entitled Ren, Girl with a Mark. And the producer informed me that there is now a recently released season 2 of Ren. Now, I covered season 1 of Ren, the Girl with the Mark, when it debuted back in 2016. And so to be notified that there is a second season on YouTube, I was ecstatic. What I did was I went back and rewatched the first season of Ren to just refresh my memory in terms of what went on in the story. And then I watched the recently released season 2, and it just blew me away. So let me first start with the premise of Ren, the Girl with the Mark. The web series centers on the titular Ren. Now, in season 1, the character was originated by actress Sophie Skelton, and the male lead, Hunter, was Duran Fulton Brown. And in the first season, we meet Ren, and she lives in this fantasy world. It is a kind of European medieval type of society. And Ren lives in this small village in a beautiful setting. She has a mysterious encounter in the woods, and she becomes possessed by a spirit called Amari. Now, Amari is also known on this world as a marked one, and the people of this world consider Mari spirits to be evil spirits. And so the first season is Ren becoming possessed by this Mari and having encounters with this religious military group that is in control of this world called the Ka-Nath. Sophie Skelton is remarkable as Ren, and the acting, the costumes, the sets, the overall production value of Ren, the Girl with the Mark is the reason why it has garnered millions of views on YouTube and a worldwide global fan base. Just extraordinary storytelling, and you would think that this was a multi-million-dollar budgeted production. I kid you not. There are many fantasy web series and fan films that are online, and they are made because the people are passionate about the genre, but they often are lacking in terms of professional production value and performances, and so you can tell. But not with Ren, the Girl with the Mark. Everything is top notch, and the world building is astonishing. The creators of the web series, Kate Madison, who directs a lot of the episodes, and Christopher Dane, who in the first season stars as Karn, their world building is remarkable. The world of Ren feels fully realized. They have a religion, they have a society, and a way of life that is clearly detailed and laid out for you. And so it helps to get you fully involved and sucked into the world of Ren. So Ren Season 1, that was back in 2016 that I discovered it and covered it on the seventhmatrix.com. Fast forward and I watched Season 2, and let me tell you, the production value is still there. Now, there are some significant changes though. The character of Ren and Hunter have both been recast. And I have to admit, it was jarring to see the new actors in the two lead roles of the series. Now, in Season 2, the role of Ren is now portrayed by actress Oriana Charles, and the role of Hunter is portrayed by Alexander Hackett. It took a while to get used to them in the roles, not due to any fault on the performances by the actors, but just because it was really jarring to go from Season 1 into Season 2. And you all know that when you have a character that's recast in a series, that sometimes it takes a while to get used to it. But I did get used to it. Both Miss Charles and Mr. Hackett make the characters, their respective characters, their own. And again, the production value of Ren is still top notch. And it looks even better because several years has passed. And of course, software has advanced and the production technologies used to film have advanced as well. And the production team of Ren has taken full advantage of that. The locations are also gorgeous. I don't know where they shot, but it is beautiful, folks. So if you're looking for a fantasy series that offers a different world, a different mythology than what we currently get with a lot of the Lord of the Rings homages and tributes, then Ren, the Girl with the Mark is exactly right up your alley. Again, this is a totally different mythology, and it centers a young woman who is self-possessed. She is confident, defiant, and courageous, and it is a joy to watch her story unfold, and I hope that we get to see more of Ren's adventures. I also want to pause and give applause to the production team of Ren, because this is a intellectual property that is made by a team of volunteers. You all heard that right. When you watch this, you won't believe that people were not paid a salary for producing this work. That's just how good the production value is on Ren, the Girl with the Mark. But no, this is produced by a team of people who are passionate about the genre and are also passionate about the story that they are telling with this web series. It is also funded by fans of the series. So if you enjoy Ren, the Girl with the Mark, then support this production. I'm going to include a link not only to the first and second seasons of Ren, the Girl with the Mark, but also to the official website so that you can learn more about the production. They have a plethora of behind the scenes footage and specials. So if you're like me and you want to see how the sausage is made, they have media for you on their website, and then support them. Help them to continue to make Ren, the Girl with the Mark, so that we will continue to see and follow more of her adventures. Okay, that's it for this episode, everyone. Thank you for listening. And I encourage you to visit the link tree that will be in the show notes of this episode so that you can check out more of the short films, web series, and other closely related media that we have curated on the site. You can also visit our podcast episode archive. And also, we have just recently launched a newsletter, Ion Sci-Fi newsletter. Now, let me just say that our newsletter is not your typical newsletter. It is what I call a micro newsletter. So what do I mean by that? Each edition of the newsletter would take you less than 60 seconds to read. You heard that right, less than 60 seconds. Monday through Friday, you will receive from us a single speculative gem. It can be a TV, book, or film recommendation. It can be an essay that we think you will find interesting to read, an interview. It can be a podcast episode, either ours or other genre podcasts that we listen to that we think you should check out. And it is free. You will receive that Monday through Friday for signing up, and for signing up and supporting us and becoming a subscriber, you will receive the free gift. So all of that information is in the link tree of this episode. Definitely check that out. And we also need your support as well. So you will be able to give us support via the link tree as well. And we do appreciate that. So again, that's it for this episode, everyone. And until next time, remember to take a break, escape the mundane, and enter the fantastic. Take care.